Hello students, I am Dr. Himanshu Kandpal, Assistant Professor English, Government MS College for Women, Bikaner. Today, my study will focus on the thematic analysis of the novel Samskara written by U.R. Ananthamurthy. U.R. Ananthamurthy is counted among the most eminent Indian authors who have left an indelible impression not only in the language they have written originally, but also in the total corpus of contemporary literature. He is one of the most important representatives of the new movement in the literature of the Kannada language, but his literary appeal has definitely transcended it. A prolific writer, he has been winner of a number of awards both from the government and also academics for his invaluable contribution in different fields. Ananthamurthy is particularly known for his novel Samskara, a highly acclaimed Kannada novel that has been widely translated and made into a film by Girish Karnad. The novel portrays individual and social conflicts at several levels simultaneously. So, we are going to begin our thematic analysis. The novel Samskara by U.R. Ananthamurthy, Professor of English at the Mysore University, created a big furore in Karnataka when it was originally published in Kannada in 1965. With this novel, Ananthamurthy, a Brahmin himself, held aloft a clear mirror to the Brahmin community. He raised the question, what is actually culture? Samskara. Is it achieved by blindly following rules and traditions? Is it lost when they are not kept? So, the background for this external question, which actually remains unresolved even in the novel, is the Samskara funeral of Naranappa, a Brahmin who rejected his Brahminhood. Among the several meanings of the word samskara, some of the important ones are culture, funeral, and ritual. In 1970, Samskara was made into an award-winning film, one of the few art films of its kind in Kannada language. All great works of literature are in sense veiled autobiography. Ananthamurthy's novel Samskara is no exception to this rule. With this novel, Ananthamurthy, a Brahmin himself, held aloft a mirror to the Brahmin community. The novel raises the question of defining the quintessence of culture. Is it achieved by blindly following rules, customs, convention, and tradition? Is it lost when they are ignored? The author's upbringing in an Orthodox Brahmin family in an Agrahara in a village near Tirthalli town in Karnataka provides the background for this novel. Coming under the influence of the great Kannada writers, Ananthamurthy has developed a critical acumen to voice forth his protest as a critical insider because he himself belongs to a Brahmin community. Ananthamurthy has come under the influence of indigenous and Sanskrit classical traditions, folk tradition, and the impact of Western education. Now we are going to have a look at the different meanings of the word samskara. Samskara is a Sanskrit word with many meanings. A rite of passage of life cycle ceremony, forming well, making perfect, the realizing of past perceptions, preparation, making ready are some of the meanings of the multivocal Sanskrit word samskara. The subtitle for this novel, A Rite for a Dead Man, is the most concrete of these many concentric senses that spread through the work. Now we have a look at the story. Samskara is the story of life in Agrahara, a narrow street in which Brahmins belonging to the Madhava community, followers of Guru Madhava, live. Shankara, Madhava, and Ramanuja are the three most famous philosophers of ancient India. The Agrahara of Samskara is situated in a tiny hamlet in the western Ghats mountain range of southern India. The Brahmins of this Agrahara are utterly decadent, narrow minded, selfish, greedy, and jealous. Their Brahminhood consists solely of fulfilling rules, following traditions which are 1,000 years old. They do not understand why they follow the rules. They do not care to fall upon them. They feel safe as long as they follow rules and traditions. In this way, the Agrahara of Durvasapura is nothing special. Until a few years ago, many villages and towns in South India had such Agraharas. So, the novel begins with the death of Naranappa by bubonic plague. Naranappa, though a Brahmin by birth, had opposed everything traditional Brahmanism had stood for. In his life, he had violated all the taboos propagated and fostered by the Brahminic culture of the Agrahara, which, which an exclusively which was an exclusively orthodox colony. The question which his death immediately raises in whether a person can reject the caste he or she has been born into by violating the traditional code of conduct linked with a particular caste. In other words, can Naranappa be still considered a Brahmin and his last rite performed accordingly while he had repudiated all social ethical codes? The Brahmins faced the dilemma of conducting his last rites without inviting social ostracism and wait for the decision of Praneshacharya in this regard. Praneshacharya, the protagonist of the novel, is the spiritual guide of the Agrahara Brahmins. Initially, it is his ascetic Brahmin identity which is introduced to the readers in the novel. But he also possesses greater compassion, understanding, and tolerance of human failing, traits which led him to an empathy with Naranappa's mistress, the prostitute Chandri. Praneshacharya's sketch and also other discourses which inform us of action underline the disastrous dimensions of the caste system in the Agrahara. So, the reading of Samskara revealed that Ananthamurthy is a past master in the creation of memorable characters. In fact, Ananthamurthy characters managed to sustain its excellent plot development. We have a good number of characters in the novel. Praneshacharya, the protagonist of the novel, Naranappa, his opposite number, Chandri, his concubine, and we can say Samskara has different type of women characters at the same time and also foreground suggestively how the traditional society encourages people to internalize the practices and thought patterns of gender. Whereas sexual differences are biological, gender is a social construct and its understanding is structured in accordance with one's cultural background. Chandri, his concubine, Garudacharya, Lakshmanacharya, Naranappa's antagonistic skins, Durga Bhatta, their wives Sita Devi and Anasuya respectively. The only smartened Brahmin in Agrahara, Madhava, with his reservations against the questionable orthodoxy. Madhavas of Agrahara, Dashacharya, noted for his gluttony. Manjya, the leader of Parijatapura Agrahara, Shripati, the rakish son-in-law of Lakshman, his concubine Beli, Lakshmi Devamma, the half-wit Putta, the riddle man, and Padmavati, the seductive whore. Samskara is a highly symbolic and allegorical novel in spite of its realistic setting. Murthy combines myths and realism, giving the novel an allegorical stature. If we look upon Samskara as an allegory of sin and its consequences, or a novel dealing with the theme of quest, Pranesha, Naranappa, Chandri, Belli, Padmavati, and Putta are sure to don the garb of allegorical characters. Pranesha and Naranappa symbolize good and evil respectively. Chandri, Beli, and Padmavati are temptresses, making Paranesha, Naranappa, and Shripati fall a prey to their temptation and commit the sin of adultery. The women characters mentioned above are the archetypes of Matsyagandhi and Menka, the legendary temptresses resembling the classical sirens. Putta is a good Spartan on the Acharya's quest for self realization and an altered persona, but the allegorical tag of the above characters does not deprive them of their realistic features. They operate on both planes very comfortably due to the dexterous skill of Murthy's character delineation, leading to multiple extensions of his characters. Though the word samskara does not occur obtrusively or too frequently in the narrative, its meanings implicitly inform the action. Moreover, the action depends on the several meanings being at loggerheads with each other. It is significant that in the Brahmanical text there is no division between outer and inner, social and individual, ritual and spiritual aspects. They imply and follow each other in a seamless unity. Just as a work of painting gradually unfolds itself on account of several colors with which it is drawn, so Brahmanhood is similarly brought out by samskaras performed according to prescribed rites. Murthy has not only conceived a very engaging tale, but also a language and style that get his tale across. He employs humor, sarcasm, repartee, irony, and figures of speech to tell his tale effectively. If one can read the novel for its excellent narrative art once, one can read it again and again for its narrative style and language. Murthy's poetic prose gives rich texture to the narrative genius that he is. So, the story of Samskara unfolds in a village which is very much like the village of Anant Murthy's own childhood, where tensions between tradition and modernity emerged daily in people's experiences. So, against this complex background, he questions discrimination through the caste system and repressive beliefs and practices of the Brahmins. It does not simply stop at the portrayal of the bigotry, untouchability, and atrocity perpetuated in the name of religious practices, but goes beyond the cliched themes and also presents before us the internal conflicts which are faced by any sensitive Brahman in such a situation. The reason of the appeal which Samskara has had for readers having diverse sensitivities perhaps can be understood by the fact that the author has foregrounded the dilemma of individual suffering within a social context. The novel challenges the orthodox concept of community in Karnataka as a religious novel about a decaying Brahmin colony in the South Indian village of Karnataka. This novel serves as an allegory rich in realistic detail, a contemporary reworking of ancient Hindu themes and myths, and a serious poetic study of religious men living in a community of priests gone to seed. A death which stands as the central event in the plot brings in its wake a plague. Many more deaths, life questions with only dead answers, moral chaos, and the rebirth of one man. So, this is all about the thematic analysis of the novel Samskara. Thank you.